Now on WKRG News 5.
Lawmakers gathered in Montgomery for a special session today to discuss a lottery. We'll tell you why they could go home as soon as tomorrow. The city of Mobile is trying to shrink its police jurisdiction. But what does that mean for other departments?
Familiar skies have returned to the Gulf Coast. We went from billowing clouds today to a bright evening moon. There's more of that in the forecast.
Plus, a life-saving emergency room on wheels may be rolling from South Alabama into Louisiana to help flood victims.
From WKRG News 5, the Gulf Coast news leader. The news starts now.
Hello, and thanks for joining us. I'm Mel Showers.
And I'm Roseanne Haven. First on 5, Alabama lawmakers are back in Montgomery this week for a special session. Governor Robert Bentley is asking them to pass a lottery for the general fund to close a Medicaid funding gap. Despite the popular appeal of a lottery, there isn't a lot of agreement among lawmakers about how this would work. There is talk of using BP settlement money to plug the Medicaid gap this year. However, those who support using BP funds for Medicaid warn it would only work for 1 year, then the problem would be back. There's speculation the session could wrap up tomorrow if the lotto bills die in committee.
A News 5 strategy poll shows tremendous public support for a lottery, but it doesn't mean the idea will get to the voters. Tonight, News 5's Peter Albrecht talks with pollster and political strategist John Gray and looks at why seeing the lottery question on the November ballot is a long shot.
The governor called the legislature into special session and endorsed the idea. And a News 5 poll shows about 2/3 of Alabamians favor a lottery. But they may not get a chance to vote on that anytime soon.
It's not as easy as simply going to the legislature and voting yes or no, do we put the lottery on the ballot?
First, the concept of having a lottery has to be accepted.
You've got moderates who are fine with it, libertarians who are fine with it, but you've got evangelicals and conservative Republicans who are not.
Then there's the question of who or what gets the lottery money.
You've got a debate about Medicaid, Medicare, prisons. We've talked about education in Alabama for years.
Threatened by a lottery, other gambling interests are likely to demand expansion of their operations. Dog tracks in Greene and Macon counties and Indian casinos in Atmore and Wetumpka. Ultimately, the legislature could kick several of those cans down the road while getting the concept of the lottery on the November ballot.
Pete, what they're probably going to do is try to pass out a constitutional amendment that simply authorizes a statewide lottery without getting into the details, which is what's called enabling legislation. They'll send it back to the legislature for that in the next session if it passes.
And again, all those issues have to be hashed out in 8 days to get the issue on the ballot in November. Mel?
And with a constitutional amendment, we're not talking about a majority vote either.
That's right. Makes it even tougher. You need a 60% vote in both the House and the Senate to move it forward.
Thank you very much, Pete. In a cost-cutting measure by the city of Mobile, police jurisdiction will be reduced from 3 miles to 1.5 miles within the city. But it won't affect just police. Fire coverage will also be impacted. So what departments will pick up the slack depends on where you live. News 5's Jacqueline Quinn explains.
Whereas hundreds of families living in unincorporated Mobile County have been calling help to city police,
I suspect in this area right here it's probably either going to be a burglary, robbery, or domestic call.
that could soon change to sheriff's deputies. Julius Powell, who lives in an area that could be affected, wonders what that means for costs.
Well, if they're going to hire more deputies, buy more cars, that's going to cost more money, which means they're either going to have to cut back on something else, or they're going to have to raise taxes.
The proposal would reduce police jurisdiction from 3 miles to 1.5 miles. So using our basic map here, it would move it from this area in the shaded area all the way back here. So you see Cody Road, and this is Highway 90.
But it would also affect fire and rescue response.
It's the fire department that we really need a rapid response from.
It would switch over to all volunteer fire departments.
Is one slower or faster than the other?
I wouldn't think so. Our volunteer fire departments do a fine job.
County Commissioner Jerry Carl says taxes are not expected to go up. However,
it'll save the city money. It'll cost the county money.
The city would save $1.3 The city estimates it would save $1.5 million and get about 30% fewer calls.
We have to tell all of our friends.
Powell is now getting to the bottom of the proposal, and it now heads to the City Council this Tuesday for review.
Well, if that results in an increase in our homeowners insurance, that would certainly be a concern.
Now, the impetus for this proposal isn't unique to Mobile. It's because of a new law passed earlier this year that many cities, including Mobile, supported to cut back. So far, this could cost the sheriff's office alone up to another $1 million with the hiring of new deputies. One estimate could require as many as 22 new deputies. The proposal will be discussed at City Council tomorrow. In the newsroom, Jacqueline Quinn, News 5.
Thank you, Jackie. Federal, state, and local officers are up for grabs in Florida during primary elections later this month. Early voting began today in Santa Rosa County. Escambia County voters will be able to cast their ballots early starting this weekend. It has been in place for more than a decade and has proven to be a convenient and popular option.
In the last two presidential elections, the combined votes of vote by mail and early in-person voting actually were more than the people that actually came out to vote on election day.
Voters have three options: cast their ballot early at satellite locations, by mail, or in person at their polling place on election day. Early voting begins Saturday in Escambia County for the August 30th general election.
And on the presidential campaign trail today, Donald Trump unveiled his plan to defeat ISIS. One of the major pillars is to suspend issuing visas to citizens from countries that the U.S. determines it cannot appropriately vet. An ideological test would determine whether those wishing to enter the country harbor anti-American values. But Hillary Clinton says she has a very different vision for America and how to keep it safe.
The time is overdue to develop a new screening test for the threats we face today. I call it extreme vetting. Our country has enough problems. We don't need more, and these are problems like we've never had before.
He's talked about sending ground troops, American ground troops. Well, that is off the table as far as I am concerned.
The Trump campaign.
The Trump campaign hopes their candidate's speech on ISIS is the first step toward a more focused and unified campaign. The Zika virus continues to spread in Florida and even to another state. This afternoon, Texas announced its very first case to be linked to travel within the continental U.S. State officials say the man traveled to Miami where he was infected. Meanwhile, in Florida, there are now 28 new travel-related cases, bringing the total to nearly 500, and 2 new non-travel-related cases, bringing that total to 30. Governor Rick Scott says additional commercial pest control companies will be deployed to help mosquito control operations in Miami.
And as we know, the mosquitoes love our warm, humid weather.
We've had some. Let's check in now with our chief meteorologist, Alan Seals.
And neither of those will change. The one thing that has changed is our rain has moved away. It's actually even diminishing across Louisiana. They still have days and days of recovery. We had enough showers today, though, to produce a rainbow in Topton. Heidel Lee Hobby Reed captured that view, sent it to Facebook. Topton is in southeastern Washington County, pretty close to McIntosh. Mobile's airport got half an inch of rain. That's not much compared to the monthly total for Pensacola, nearly 10 inches, but now things have finally turned around. Here's a projection to tomorrow morning. Maybe a morning shower, maybe a midday shower. By afternoon, we'll see a handful of thunderstorms. Nothing out of the ordinary. I'll talk about that, plus the tropics in your forecast coming up.
On the Baldwin County beat, the town of Alberta is a step closer to getting its own high school, and the Board of Education will make it happen without actually building a whole new facility. School and community leaders broke ground on a new wing at Alberta Elementary yesterday. The new wing will eventually house 4th, 5th, and 6th graders, which will make the elementary school a K-6 facility. The middle school will become the new high school, accommodating students in grades 7 through 12. A high school in Alberta will alleviate overcrowding at Foley High and make bus routes and student commute times from the Lillian area in East Baldwin County much shorter.
Foley High School was mainly squarely in the radar. I mean, that school's approaching 2,000 students, so we could either make that school larger, which is not what we want to do at all. Or we could start creating an Alberta high school, which is what we're going to do.
The plan is to transition one grade a year beginning in 2017. The Alberta Schools reconfiguration is part of phase 1 of a $15 million pay-as-you-go program.
Coming up on News 5, in the floodwaters of Louisiana, it's a rescue like no other, and it's all caught on camera.
And coming up on News 5 at 10, a portable facility that can handle anything from burns to open heart surgeries. This mobile emergency room in our area is headed west. That's next. And coming up later, it's The Late Show with Stephen Colbert right here on WKRG News 5.
On your first day from WKRG News 5, your back-to-school station.
Offering the most powerful turbo 4-cylinder engine in its class and performance Brembo brakes. The Cadillac ATS, every moment accelerated. During summer's best, current GM lessees can lease this Cadillac ATS from around $279 per month. Visit your Gulf Coast Cadillac dealers today.
Hi, my name is Jan. As a nurse, I find it's usually a son, a daughter, or even a neighbor trying to care for someone. But when we come in, we become the caregiver.
If you're struggling to care for a loved one, Emerald Coast Hospice may be the answer. Our care is part of your Medicare benefits and pays for supplies, medications, medical equipment, and nursing visits for all eligible patients. Call Emerald Coast today.
Welcome to Honda.
Thank you.
Head over heels, where should I go? Can't stop myself, out of control. Head over heels, no time to think. Looks like the whole world's out of sync.
So you like it?
I do.
Now is the moment to get the Honda CR-V you love, the best-selling SUV in America, at the Honda Summer Clearance Event, going on now.
Yeah, like this right here.
It's the Ford Freedom Sales Event with 0 for 72 plus 1,000 bonus cash on 2016 Ford Focus, Fusion, and Escape. Plus, tag vehicles now get 1,000 smart bonus. That means freedom from interest and freedom to choose with Ford, America's best-selling brand. Now get 0% for 72 months plus 1,000 bonus cash on Focus, Fusion, and Escape. Plus, specially tagged vehicles get 1,000 smart bonus.
This is a giant 100. Now, it's huge to make a point. Right now at Rooms To Go, you can finance the Tempur-Pedic mattress you've always wanted for 100 months, interest-free. One big reason to shop Rooms To Go right now, so hurry in. Check out our great selection of Tempur-Pedic mattresses and finance your choice for 100 months, interest-free until January 2025. There's no games, no gimmicks. Just hurry to Rooms To Go because this is big.
Tundra here at Eastern Shore Toyota. Wow, check out this incredible customer lounge. Look over here at the children's play area. Oh, my favorite, Yaya's Cafe. Hurry to Eastern Shore Toyota.
WKRG News 5. Coverage you can count on.
Welcome back to News 5 at 10 o'clock. At least 6 people are dead and 20,000 more remain out of their homes tonight after historic flooding in Louisiana, but the water is starting to recede. Some of the most dramatic video to come out of the flooding is this rescue in Baton Rouge. 3 men on this boat try to help a lady and her dog. The pair are stuck in a sinking car and it's going down quickly. One of the men then jumps in to try to get them out before they drown.
First instinct was just to get a hold of her and pull her out, and couldn't do it from the boat, so I just jumped in. Took a deep breath, held it, and just kept feeling around, and eventually I felt something furry and yanked the dog out, and luckily the dog was still conscious.
A true hero he is. The National Guard helped pull more than 7,000 people from the floodwaters. 2 MH-60 Jayhawk helicopter air crews from Coast Guard Mobile also assisted in the rescues.
And that flooding is being compared to the aftermath of Hurricane Katrina. As with any disaster of this nature, people are always in need of emergency medical care. Grove Hill Memorial Hospital has been using a mobile emergency room unit as they wait for the construction of their new ER to be completed. However, this mobile ER could be on its way to Louisiana. News 5's Allison Spann has more.
From the outside, this 53-foot tractor trailer doesn't look like much, but what's inside might surprise you. That's right, this trailer is a fully functional emergency room, and it's the first of its kind in the world.
When we pull in the parking lot, we can see a patient within about 20 minutes of arrival.
Med 1 was designed to care for the sick and injured following a disaster. It was deployed to coastal Mississippi following Hurricane Katrina, where they treated 7,500 patients over a 7-week period.
We have an OR suite that we do use as a trauma room here, but we can actually do surgery. There's 2 anesthesia machines on board. Anything a trauma center can do, we can stabilize the patients here.
Med 1 served as a temporary ER for Grove Hill Memorial Hospital, and hospital staff there say the facility is so sophisticated, patients often couldn't tell the difference.
If you came through the front of the hospital down the hallway into the temporary emergency department, lots of people had no idea that they were inside of a semi-trailer.
Anything from open heart surgery to wound care can be treated inside of Med 1.
It was a very high-tech facility, all central monitored, onboard oxygen, suction, power.
The mobile emergency room also comes with a fleet of other vehicles, including a storage trailer, a repair shop vehicle, and towing vehicles. In Grove Hill, Allison Spann, News 5.
The mobile ER also has a laboratory, an x-ray, an ultrasound machine, as well as a pharmacy. Med 1 is set to leave Grove Hill Memorial Hospital on Thursday. They are all on call if needed in Louisiana to help treat flood victims.
The first weekend of Alabama's 2016 alligator hunting season is in the books, and hunters caught 34 alligators, 6 Thursday night, 11 on Friday night, and 17 on Saturday night. The largest one caught this year so far was one hooked on Thursday night. It weighed 615 pounds and was 12 feet 4 inches long, caught in the Tensas River. Now, if you did not get a chance to snag a gator this weekend, hunting starts back up Thursday night at 8 o'clock and runs until Sunday morning at 6.
Now, Alan Seals with First Alert Weather.
How nice it is to see things in the sky other than clouds. This was this evening. That is a waxing gibbous moon. It'll be full on Thursday. And now that we are back to normal, you'll have many more opportunities to howl at the moon or just gaze at a beautiful sunset. Orange tinted clouds to the east. Greg Verchalis was on Dog River as the sun was going down. You know the sky turns more yellow, orange, and red. Well, you can see it, especially when you have clouds in the sky. Really good looking scene there, and we will see many more scenes of variety in our skies. Right now at Orange Beach, it's dry on Perdido Beach Boulevard, nice and calm, and the winds calm as well. 82 degrees there, right at Ono Island. Still a humid, sticky night. The dew point's in the upper 70s. And here at News 5, our view on our Alpha Skycam, looking up Airport Boulevard, dry and fairly calm. Our temperatures away from the coastline in the mid 70s, and that's about where you're going to stay for tonight. Most of us stay dry. Southern Louisiana starts to see the rain easing away, and I showed you earlier, if you were watching this graphic from NASA, it estimates how much rain fell in the last week. The brightest colors over Louisiana, but we also had some really bright colors offshore, indicating that we had, in some spots, 10, 15, 20 inches of rain in the Gulf. Check out my Facebook page to see the details on that. You could also plot rain across the rest of the country. Here's your forecast for tomorrow. A muggy start to your Tuesday morning. By lunchtime, upper 80s, there'll be a few showers, and then your usual handful of afternoon thunderstorms. Where you don't get wet, you're heading toward 90 degrees. That's average this time of the year. And we'll see showers scattered across much of the southeast, especially to the west. As we go in from Wednesday to Tuesday into Wednesday, same story. A south wind, high humidity, and some pop-up afternoon showers and thunderstorms. In the Caribbean, quiet, same for the Gulf, but in the central Atlantic, there's a tropical wave that may try to become a tropical depression. No threat to us, too far away to even worry about or even consider, but just a reminder, we still are in hurricane season. Here's your forecast for the rest of tonight. Twinkling stars, a bright moon, temperatures in the mid-70s. Somewhere you may get an isolated shower. And then tomorrow afternoon, as we get into the lower 90s with that south wind, we'll see rain coverage of 30%, maybe even a little bit less. So the middle of the week looks nice and normal and quiet. Thursday could be a little bit wetter, but into the weekend, this is typical August.
A small plane crash in Tuscaloosa yesterday that killed 6 people may have been caused by engine trouble. The pilot of the plane, a Piper PA-31, sent a distress call shortly before the plane tried to land at Tuscaloosa Regional Airport. The plane fell about a quarter-mile short of the runway, hitting trees first and then the ground. The victims, 3 married couples from Oxford, Mississippi, were killed on impact. The couples were traveling from Kissimmee, Florida, where they attended a dental conference. The crash ranks among the worst aviation accidents in Alabama history.
It's time now for sports, and here's Randy Patrick.
All right, in NFL news, the Saints trying to shore up that defense this year and make a run maybe to the playoffs, but some bad news today at their training camp. We'll tell you more about that when we come back. Plus, who's number 1 in high school football? How about 4 teams from Southwest Alabama to start the season? More on that when we come back.
Save big during Honda's summer clearance. Civics $179, Accords $189, CRVs $199 a month during Honda's summer clearance at your Gulf South Honda dealers.
The Ford Freedom Sales Event is on. Our biggest event of the year just got better. Announcing 0 for 72 across the entire lineup of Ford cars, trucks, and SUVs. Plus, tag vehicles now get a $1,000 smart bonus. That's freedom from interest and freedom to choose with Ford, America's best-selling brand. Now get 0% financing for 72 months across the entire Ford lineup. Plus, specially tagged vehicles get a $1,000 smart bonus.
Trex Tires and Auto Service Center helps keep you rolling this summer with great values on Yokohama tires. Now through August 26th, get a $50 instant rebate when you buy a set of 4 Yokohama tires at Trex. That's right, you get our best price on a set of 4 Yokohama tires, then get $50 off on the spot. It's the Yokohama $50 instant rebate event only at Trex Tire and Auto Service Centers. 10 convenient Mobile and Baldwin County locations. The trusted professionals.
Welcome to Honda.
Thank you.
Head over heels, where should I go? Can't stop myself, out of control. Head over heels, no time to think. Looks like the whole world's out of sync.
So you like it?
I do.
Now is the moment to get the Honda CR-V you love, the best-selling SUV in America, at the Honda Summer Clearance Event, going on now.
Don't be without the WKRG News 5 app. Get news, traffic, and weather on your tablet or smartphone. Just go to the App Store or Google Play and type in WKRG.
It's a golden opportunity to discover what we learn on the track doesn't stay on the track. It just finds more street legal form. For a limited time, get some of the best offers of the year on our complete line of F-Sport performance vehicles at the Lexus Golden Opportunity Sales Event. Lease the 2016 RC Turbo for $379 a month for 36 months, and we'll make your first month's payment. See your Lexus dealer.
Welcome to the Half Shell Oyster House, a dining experience much like the French Quarter. This month, enjoy our delicious scallop and shrimp ceviche and our grilled margarita mahi-mahi. Every day is happy hour from 3 till 6 with $2 off draft beer, wine, and mixed drinks. Come see why the Half Shell has won another Nappy Award and is Mississippi's most awarded seafood restaurant. Join us 7 days a week for lunch or dinner and Sunday brunch. The Half Shell Oyster House, Airport Boulevard in Mobile, and at the Eastern Shore Center.
Hi folks, I'm Mark Morgan, and it is Southern Chevrolet's Summer Sale Down.
These cars have to go. All these trucks, gone.
And these cars, see ya!
For model year end pricing, check out these savings. Up to $5,000 off on Chevy Camaro, up to $5,000 off on Chevy Malibu, and up to $5,000 off on Chevy Tahoe and Suburban, and up to $10,000 off on Chevy Silverados. For the best selection, hurry in today at Southern Chevrolet in Foley.
Now, Randy Patrick with News 5 Sports.
New Orleans Saints defensive tackle and first-round draft choice Sheldon Rankins has been diagnosed with a broken fibula, an injury that occurred today during training camp in West Virginia. Rankins is reportedly seeking a second opinion, but appears to need surgery. Typically, fractured fibulas are not season-ending, but sideline players for more than a month. Coach Sean Payton said he wasn't going to speculate about Rankin's condition and said, quote, hopefully the news is good. Alabama wrapping up two-a-days with a morning and evening practice session today. The Tide starting this evening at about 7:30 for their second session. That's about the time they'll be playing Southern Cal in Dallas 2 weeks from Saturday night. Coach Nick Saban has yet to name a starting quarterback. Meanwhile, Gus Malzahn also has to pick a starting QB before their season opener. The Tigers will be going into battle against Clemson with home field advantage. Auburn's first 5 games are at Jordan-Hare. Then they hit the road to play at Mississippi State, only to come back home to Jordan-Hare to play Arkansas for their 6th game in Week 7. Auburn finishes fall camp today. They'll be off tomorrow as classes start on the plains. 4 teams from Southwest Alabama start the high school football season this week, ranked number 1 in the state in the preseason poll. McGill, Tulane, Spanish Fort, St. Paul's, all defending champs, occupying the top spots in 7A, 6A, and 5A. UMS Wright, the top-ranked team in Class 4A. The Bulldogs did not win a state championship last year. Coach Terry Curtis tells me the program's tradition had a lot to do with their number 1 ranking. What's up at quarterback at UMS? Last year's starter Tanner Allen, LSU baseball recruit, thought about giving up football his senior season, but number 10 is back practicing with the team. Coach Curtis says Allen wants to play quarterback this season and will at some point in time.
Something that he really wanted to do. So, you know, I don't know. I don't know if it's the right or wrong answer. I think I'm doing right by what's right with Tanner. He's a good kid.
He's a scout player this week, but we might see him in action.
He's been a scout player for 2 weeks, but you know, and he probably won't play this week. But nothing's out of the realm of possibility.
Coach Curtis told me the school will honor the late Michael Scott before Friday's game with Mary Montgomery. Scott was the quarterback on the 2005 state championship team and was the MVP of the title game. He was tragically killed in a traffic accident earlier this summer. McGill Tulane's getting ready for opening night, and it's a big one. The defending 7A champs will be hosting Spanish Fort Friday night at the Lip. Spanish Fort, the defending 6A champs. McGill installed a brand new artificial turf in the off-season. Southern Cal recruit Marlon Williams is ready for the big stage.
It's going to be a good test for us. I mean, I'm approaching it like any other game. I'm not trying to hype it up, so I won't get too excited. I'm just play like it's a regular game.
And News 5 continues a high school Friday night tradition with our sideline show debuting Friday night. Highlights and scores coming your way at 10:15. And there you have it. I know you're excited about that. We're going to have a great run all the way to the state championship.
I can't wait. Thank you very much, Randy. We'll return with more in just a moment.
Call Roto-Rooter at 1-800-GET-ROTO for commercial, residential, and industrial plumbing repair.
Ready for the movie?
And a new car.
AutoNation's having a sale, and you'll make no payments for 90 days.
Right now, make no payments for 90 days or get 20% off on Chargers or Chrysler 300s during the summer clearance event at AutoNation.
If you're struggling with debt, help is right around the corner. Attorney Stephen L. Klimjak now has 3 convenient office locations in the Mobile area, one near you.
I'm attorney Stephen L. Klimjak. We've brought our offices closer to you. We now have 3 convenient locations, Mobile, Foley, and West Mobile. If you're ready to eliminate your debt and get a fresh start, we're right around the corner. Call me for a free consultation in your area.
Attorney Stephen L. Klimjak, 694-0600.
It's hot in here. It's your kickin' chicken sandwich meal. It really brings the heat. Is it hot enough?
Smoldering. I'm April.
I'm July.
Set your world on fire? Maybe. Indescribably good? Definitely. The Kickin' Chicken Sandwich Meal. Chicken fingers on Texas toast drizzled with tongue torch sauce and ranch. Served with crinkle fries and a small beverage. Only at Zaxby's.
What's better than a value meal with 6 of Crystal's new, juicy, boneless wings tossed in barbecue or buffalo sauce? Getting it for just $3 boneless and 99 boneless cents, only for a limited time.
Shun the ho hum.
For a limited time, you can get a $3.99 value meal featuring 6 of Crystal's new, juicy, boneless barbecue or buffalo wings. And right now, text FLOAT to 37793 and get a free float with any purchase.
Shun the ho hum.
Get ready to win all over again. Scratch It Rich is back at Beau Rivage. Every scratch-off ticket wins instantly. Win your share of $2 million in free play and prizes. Plus, in our bonus drawing September 4th, you could win a new Jaguar. And you're always a winner with our delicious dining, soothing spa, and the best gaming anywhere. Play Scratch It Rich. Only at the Beau.
At the Joseph A. Bank Super Tuesday sale, save up to 70% on almost everything in the store, including Tropical Blend Sport Coats for $99 and suits for $169. Plus, take an extra 50% off all clearance. Only at Joseph A. Bank this Tuesday, Preview Day Monday.
Ready for the movie?
And a new car.
AutoNation's having a sale. He gets animated sometimes.
Save on new CRVs, $169 a month. Or Accords, $139 a month. At AutoNation Honda Bel Air Mall.
Check out the Mobile Bay Harley-Davidson Feature Bike of the Week.
Looking ahead now to your forecast.
Forecast shows a picture much like the one I'm going to show you right now. Watch these clouds here. Earlier in the afternoon, they go from teeny tiny to medium to large. There's the rain moving across the eastern shore, and then it's gone. All of that was just about a half an hour, and that's our usual cycle in the summertime. Tonight, maybe a passing shower, but pretty much quiet. Mid-70s, mostly clear. You'll enjoy the bright, waxing gibbous moon. And then the next couple of days, no more than a third of the area gets wet. Our temperatures are just about average.
All right.
Okay, thank you, Alan. Be sure to join Bill Riles, Jessica Taloni, and John Nodar tomorrow morning, beginning at 5 o'clock. The newscast continues until 7. We want to thank you all for watching tonight. Good night, everyone.
Good night.